Okay. All right. Can we talk about the situation that landed Suge in jail, which was the videotape of the Orlando and Tupac um, fight? Before, like after that happened, you had always said that your one lie was that you told Frank and you told others to state that Orlando had tried to get Tupac's chain. Can you explain why you wanted that narrative pushed and what was the reasoning for that?
Well, I tell others. I just told Frank. Frank was the only one there with him that was still alive. But people always say, yeah, he had Reggie Frank lie and tell the story. We didn't know. Well, the reason for the lie or the reason for the story was to save Tupac from getting violated for a pill bond because now they're investigating the shooting. I always tell you, if the shooting wouldn't have happened, it would have never been no investigation. But once the shooting happened, for those of y'all that don't comprehend, once the shooting happened is when Vegas PD picked up the case and started investigating it to the best of their knowledge or ability, which they wasn't that good. But anyway, so now I'm trying to thinking as, damn, Pac about to go back to jail. Pac don't want to go back to jail. Pac telling us if he had to go back to prison, he's going to have one of the outlaws put a gun in his head and blow his brains out. He ain't going back to jail. Because he's been talking bad about the correctional officers and everything in New York on songs. So I'm knowing this. I'm knowing Pac ain't going back to jail. Can't go back to jail in New York. So I'm like, damn. Like, all right. So Reggie mind start thinking, because Reggie know law. He's a hell of a cop. Like, wait a minute. Pac was going to try to arrest or place a citizen arrest on a guy that attempted to steal his chain. He wasn't doing that to Baby Lane, beating up on him because of what he overheard Trayvon Lane say. Because I know y'all still believe that whispering in the ear bullshit. But what he overheard Trey say, he going to go to jail. So I tell Frank, hey, you bitch ass motherfucker, this is when he's still talking to us and he's still cool. When the police ask you, what happened? When y'all caught the cab over there, because Pac being Pac, all that day he was out of pocket, to be honest. He took a cab, him and Frank took a cab over to the MGM from the Luxor. Didn't even roll with us with the crew like they normally do. Him and Frank went by themselves because he was tired of Suge always being late to the fight. And he knew he knew Tyson was going to knock that dude out quick like he always did. And so with me, I was like, okay. So he was trying to arrest the dude that was attempted to take his chain. Because y'all remember, Pac chain broke during the melee. They don't know that, you know. And so we can show that Pac chain was kind of broke and Baby Lane attempted to snatch the chain. Only lie that I ever told Frank or anybody to tell law enforcement. Told y'all that I told this lie way in the beginning. But now y'all trying to say this is Reggie telling Frank to tell this lie. When y'all didn't know the lie until Reggie admitted to telling this story. But the reason that I told Frank bitch ass to tell that story was to save Pac or to give a defense. It probably wouldn't have saved Pac, to be honest, but give him a defense to why he did what he did. Is that too hard for y'all to understand? Really? Too hard? Okay. You really need to get off this channel if you can't comprehend that. If you don't understand it. Because the shit I'll be saying is way too deep for you. So that's why I told Frank to say that. Now, unbeknownst to me, because I'm thinking me and Frank are still cool and okay because I'm sneaking. You know, now nobody want to be bothered with Frank, especially after they had that meeting. Y'all listen to what Frank said in the book where when we got word that Pac died, how Suge was interrogating Frank and all of that in the backyard at the pool asking me what happened, why you didn't have your gun and all that. He didn't say right there, oh, Reggie told me not to have my gun and all that. And he said no shit like that. He said, I left it in the car because I was parked in valet. The car was parked in valet. This is what he says. This is what he wrote in this book. My gun was left in the car because because I parked in valet. I'm sorry, parked in self-parking. Not valet, it's too cheap to park in valet. Because I parked in self-parking. Left the gun, but you were told not to carry guns in Vegas, I thought. But in your book, you say, you left the gun in the car because it's in self-parking. Okay. RJ, that don't sound right, huh? Now let's say Reggie told you not to sell the gun. Yeah, Michael said something about that. Michael Moore been saying that. Oh yeah, Reggie told us not to say. Oh yeah, that sounds better. No. As Tim told y'all in the interview that y'all heard. And Frank words. Frank says, Reggie, and the attorney told us to leave the guns in the car. But now everybody under this, Reggie said, Reggie disarmed the guards. Reggie just threw that out for guys working Club 662. But Reggie wasn't standing at the door searching motherfuckers when they came inside Club 662. So Reggie wouldn't know what you had in your pocket or on you, unless he was searching you. But that's too deep for y'all too. And so, yeah, that's the lie that was told that I confessed it to. But the reason he was being was to give Pac a defense, or his attorneys a defense, to why he jumped on Orlando when he heard that statement.
Okay. Would that have also helped Suge in his... I mean, obviously you don't know he's going to get charged for probation violation, but had Frank said that, would that have helped, do you think, the Suge situation as far as them saying that he kicked him?
Well, if Suge never would have played that card, that ain't the card Suge and his attorneys decided to play. The card that Suge and David Kenner and his attorneys decided to play was what? We were saving Orlando's life. I never threw a kick. I was trying to get them off of kicking Orlando. That's the card that they decided to play. Orlando came to court and said, Suge saved my life. Suge was trying to stop them from kicking me and stuff like that. That was the defense. If you know anything about attorney, ever been in any trouble, all a defense attorneys want is something they can make one doubter. Give a reason, a doubt for this one person. I only need one person to be like, damn, I don't buy that. So that's what you call giving a defense. Suge and David Kenner and his attorney team decide their defense was Suge didn't kick. Suge was attempting to save his life. I'm not here to debate whether it was a kick or not. I know the judge, after reviewing the tape 13 times, I determined it was a kick. Motherfucker, if I kicked you, you know the first or second time after watching the tape if it was a kick or not. So for a judge to say, after it's been broke down and all of that, it took him 13 times to review it before he determined it was a kick, it's a slim line. David and Suge decided to play that card. Didn't work. He got violated. It didn't work. But so to answer your question, no, because that ain't the card. But looking back, 2020, Monday back quarterbacking, as we all do in this case, I'm sure they probably wish they would have tried to play that card now. But maybe that was one of the cards that was on the table. But we know what card they decided to play was that Suge was saving Orlando's life. Didn't work.
Yeah. When he got sentenced, what did you realistically at the time think that he was facing as far as time? Did you think he would get as long as he got or no?
To be honest, there was this FBI agent by the name of Dan McMullen that pulled me in and was trying to talk to me and get us to bring witnesses forward and all of this. on the racketeering case and all that. Him and his FT agent named John something, forgetting John's name. And when he said, hey, your boss was in trouble. This judge only had one thing he can do. It's either nothing or 9 years. It's either all or nothing. And so they all knew, and everybody knew, that either he was going to be found not guilty or he's going to get violated for 9 years. So going into that, we knew it was 9 or nothing, which only turned out to be about 5.5, because they had that 50-50 program going on in California at the time. Now there's 85%, but at the time it was 50% of your time that you would have to do. And then he also had a probation violation federally that he also got violated on. Most people don't know about that he had to go do another. He got violated for 6 months, but I think he only did like 4 months. That's when he went up to Oregon at Sheridan and did time at Sheridan in Oregon. Yeah.